Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. Today we're going to look at, this is a submission from Reddit, just a triathlete asking for some help with their stroke and what a critique would look like. And so when we're going through, the first thing we want to look at is, hey, is she long on the water? So like full extension right here, you can see she's got pretty good body position. Her feet aren't too low. It's maybe a little bit like that, a little bit angled. The biggest issue is you can see that curve in her body. Some of that's from this rotation from the breath, but you can see kind of the hand going that way, so that leads me to believe that the hips are probably going this way. And, this is it's tough to get a great analysis from just a side profile video. So you can see that the feet come apart when she breathes, so that leads me to believe that, there's a little bit of instability there. Then we've got that elbow entering in first, just on the right side. Left side enters in, fingertips first. That looks great. The one thing that you can see, that I don't see too often, but every now and again, you can see that right hip as she's swimming and pulls through. So this hip right here, you can see it pop up. So right there, it'll pop up as she's pulling through. So it goes straight up, basically. Instead of, you'd want them to really rotate side to side. And what that usually is an indication of, and what I've seen in the past, is typically, sometimes it's a hip injury. But what it is so right there, so you can see this is probably where she's putting the most pressure on that entire chain. So up and down the body to hold everything together so that she can drive straight forward. So for whatever reason, that's a little bit too much. So then the body dumps some of that pressure up. And it's typically an issue with the lower core. Because it's either that the lower core isn't strong enough, it's not engaging enough. It can be an issue in the hip, but it's typically a little bit lower, or in the hamstring. Because typically if we're having kind of wherever there's a weak spot, so, it's dumping the pressure up here. So what we'd see would be either a segment above, which would be the lower core, or a segment below, which would be that high hamstring. That's where we'd see kind of the weakness. My guess would be it would be the lower core, where she's having that kind of weakness. So, that would also kind of go along with that bigger rotation. So you can see kind of that bigger rotation, the feet really coming apart there. So, that would be pretty typical of what I've seen in the past from other athletes. Just kind of how loose her stroke is in terms of it doesn't look, her arms don't look terribly connected to her body. She doesn't look like she's getting a lot of acceleration through the stroke. It's a combination of fitness and technique. So, it would be, hey, we need to get in the weight room. We need to get in and swim more. So you can do stuff, though, that'll help, which kick with the board. So if you just kick with a kickboard, you can do it with fins. You'll work on getting that really great straight line right down the middle of your body. You work that over and over and over again while you recruit another muscle group. And then work on just forcing that core engagement with that head up. The other one we can do is we can swim the DragSox. That's going to force a lot of core engagement, and then it's also going to work on the front of the stroke. But it's going to make it where we are a lot more connected up and down the stroke because we have to. That drag in the back from the DragSox is going to force that. Now you can do it with a stretch cord. You can do it with a bucket, a parachute. There's a bunch of different ways that you can get that engagement, force that engagement. So that would be my analysis for her little video. It wasn't that long, but tried to do the best I could. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the pool soon.